The majority of individuals lead little lives because they never dare to think big, not because they are destined to be small. They never fail due to their weakness. They don't even attempt to fantasize beyond what they can see, which is why they fail. I have a story for you today. An account of a boy who discovered that the magnitude of your life is determined by the size of your dream, and how everything can change in a single moment with a single belief. A young child named Kashif lived in a tiny mountain town. He wasn't unique. He wasn't the most intelligent student. He lacked affluent parents and expensive clothing. However, he had a question that most people didn't ask. Every evening, he would whisper, "Why is the world so big and my life so small?" as he gazed up at the sky. His dad worked as a carpenter. His mom was a field worker. Everybody in the community thought life was easy. Develop, labor, live, and pass away. Kashif, however, desired more. His goal was to construct something that would extend past those mountains. "Papa, have you ever been outside our village?" he inquired one day as he assisted his father in fixing an old chair. "No, son. Father, why would I? We have everything we require." "But what if there's something more out there, Kashif?" "Kashif, dreaming big is for people who already have big lives," his father moaned. "We simply put in a lot of effort and remain grateful." Kashif heard the walls of small-minded jail closing in on him in that single line. A visitor arrived in the village a few weeks later. He was elderly, wise-looking, and had a map with many odd symbols on it. Kashif rushed to assist him when he requested for water. The elderly man remarked, "This place is beautiful, but no one here seems to look beyond the hills," as he sipped his drink. Kashif grinned pitifully since they think there is nothing more. Gazing into Kashif's eyes, the elderly man spoke a phrase that would permanently alter his life. "My child, the size of your thinking is precisely equal to the size of your globe." Kashif was struck like lightning by those words. "What do you mean?" he questioned. The elderly man grinned. "I used to live in a little village when I was your age. However, I chose to go for a walk one day, simply moved past what I could see, and the world began to open up as soon as I did. Don't let this compass point you north," he urged, passing Kashif a small wooden compass. "Allow it to guide you toward your greatest ambition." The man abruptly left after that. Kashif had trouble falling asleep that night. He gripped the compass tightly, and for the first time, he saw possibilities rather than simply stars. Months went by. Kashif started to have larger dreams. He began sketching drawings for structures taller than trees, devices that could transport people across rivers, and concepts that made everyone chuckle every day. His teacher told Kashif to quit wasting time on pointless things. His pals made fun of him. "You construct cities. Not even a stool can be constructed by you." However, Kashif continued since he could still hear the elderly man's voice. "Your thoughts are the size of your entire world." He began to read every old book he could find, work harder, and save little sums of money. He researched everything, including water flow, bridges, metal, and wood. And he came to a decision one day. He would travel the world after leaving the community. His parents made an effort to stop him. According to his father, "You're chasing shadows." His mom broke down in tears. "The outside world is harsh." Kashif, however, merely grinned. "I would rather fail at pursuing something huge than be successful at leading a modest life." He then departed with a dream, a backpack, and a compass. When Kashif arrived in the neighboring town, he found it to be more larger and noisier than anything he had ever seen. He submitted applications to work as a workshop assistant. He spent day and night studying the construction of structures and the operation of equipment. He was frequently ridiculed by others. They were saying, "Village boy, stop thinking you can change the world." However, Kashif would sit by the river and draw buildings in the moonlight every night after work. Hundreds of times he failed. His plans fell apart. His devices were inoperable. But his ideas continued to expand. As the years went by, the village youngster gradually gained notoriety as Kashif the Builder. He once constructed a bridge that was robust enough to span 2 remote settlements and totally composed of local materials that IT was deemed impossible. Kashif, however, disproved them. His bridge gave thousands of people access to trade, education, and opportunity. Soon after, the same individuals who had previously made fun of him started to remark, "We always knew Kashif would do great things." After several years, Kashif, who was now an adult, went back to his village. Everything seemed smaller, even though there were the same hills, homes, and people. The villagers greeted him with awe and pride. The boy they used to make fun of has grown up to become one of the nation's most renowned inventors. He went to the old workshop of his father. The equipment was rusted. The wood had the same scent. "It was never about talent," he said as he sat where he had once fantasized as a boy. "It involved thinking beyond what I could see." The question, "Sir, is it true that you built the bridges in the cities?" was hurled by a young village child. "Yes, but do you know what I really built?" asked Kashif with a smile. "I started by building a larger mine." He handed the youngster the ancient compass that the stranger had given him. "Do not allow this to lead you astray. Allow it to guide you toward your greatest ambition. All of us begin small, but we can choose to remain small. Power, good fortune, or background are not the factors that separate those who create history from those who fade into it. It is the extent of their thinking. Big thinkers are more likely to fail. They also live longer, though. Where others see boundaries, others see opportunities. Where others find walls, they find pathways. Therefore, keep in mind that fear is an indication that your desire is now big enough the next time it makes you feel afraid. Don't make your dream smaller than your reality. Develop an attitude that aligns with your dream, because the universe begins to unlock doors you never even knew existed the moment you start dreaming big. Your dream isn't great enough if it doesn't frighten you.